Good morning to everyone. Class 7, 8, 9 and class 6. I have always been telling that I am Bhakolanam, you are Bhakolanam and we all are Bhakolanam. This is the time we are playing the role of Bhakolanam. Though there is no one, but I can see every one of you, of every class present in the classroom. Your sir just has talked in science about pest and pesticide. The pest, I think, which destroy plants. But we are being destroyed by COVID-19, coronavirus, all over in the world present. And there is no pesticide, there is no vaccine, there is no medicine to come back to get recovery from this disease. We are helpless. We scientists are helpless. We can do nothing against it but keeping us alone, isolated and maintaining distances. This is the only way we can keep ourselves away from this deadly disease. My dear students, I am very happy to inform you that some of you have already sent notes and I am going through to have the names of those students who have sent articles, stories and different activities they have been doing at home. First, I am keeping before you the names. And it is Shreyans who is going up this year in the new session in class 9. He has written a biography of Rabindranath Tagore. He has also written a story of a rich man in Mandi. Not only this, he has also sent Sant Kabir and 2 strangers. He has not forgotten the purpose of coming to school, the exam, and he has followed the writing section diary. The second name, very promising a student after Shreyans or hand to hand, shoulder to shoulder going on is Aman of class 9th. He has written on travel and tourism. He has already visited to Goa and he has written described every scene of the place. He has talked about the colorful umbrella with tourists sitting under it, enjoying a cup of tea and ice cream and different items there. He has also written an informal letter and to his friend describing this. How can I forget Manish, a thin, lean and thin boy, but laboring hard, maintaining no gap between Aman and Shreyans. And he has written a formal letter to DM Abhilasa Sharma. He has talked about continue quantity of electricity in his village for the study at night, for the running of factories in the village and different activities which cannot be done without the presence of electricity. We cannot even forget the name of Ramayan. He has shown his caliber from the very beginning and working hard to frame sentences to present his ideas related to different parts. Now the same sir has come. I am going to ask his name. What is your name, sir, please?
Rajiv sir.
Rajiv sir has just talked about pest and pesticide. And now as he has just come and I did not know his name, very nicely he has talked to you related to science. Now Ramayan has written article about the village life. He has good study of the village. He has presented the difficulties the villagers are facing nowadays. He has dealt the present difficulties human beings are facing all over the world, and that is the effect of coronavirus. My dear, we already know that the leading death countries are America, Italy, France, England, Spain, and they have reported that thousands of deaths from all over those European countries is certainly very pathetic, very miserable, and warning us to be careful against corona. We are being instructed time to time on every channel about how to face these difficulties. So, thanks goes to all these students. At the same time, Megha has presented the Prime Minister's instruction to the country in what way we can keep ourselves away and save our life from the damage done by the virus. As there is no remedy, there is no medicine except keeping distance and maintaining distances. We must not forget another girl, Bharti. Though she joined just last year in this school, but she has presented continuously some articles, and she has written many articles within a few days. She has talked COVID-19, their effect, how we can keep ourselves away from this virus. Then she has asked some questions and answered herself those questions. She has also talked about hospital in her village. She has written an article, Science as a Boon or Curse. She has talked also about a railway journey. But now I am sorry to say that nowadays our trains are not running on the track due to this virus effect. She has also drawn the picture of the health. She has talked about the value of sports. She has talked about the harms and advantages of television. So all these students are very active to present something related to their exams, related to their society, related to the physics and health. I am very happy. I hope that all those students who are in different classes must present something on my WhatsApp. I am ready to check. You will have to keep it in your notebook so that when you will come back in the school, I shall demand those notebooks to go through that once again. Here, my dear, we know that without language we cannot present our ideas, and for that I have already supplied you the 23 structures. Time and again I have been telling you that you must go through those structures, framing some sentences on different verbs. If you maintain that, I hope that you can do all the skills, you can learn all the skills, reading, writing, speaking. Except that we cannot understand either the passive or the direct indirect speech, or we cannot present our ideas. So today I am going to bring back those which I have dealt a little, but today I shall explain that thoroughly. First of all, we know that without having the knowledge of the tenses, we cannot transform from direct into indirect. Today I am going to deal on the topic the Ramayan at present, which is being telecast on DD National. We know that after the abduction, at the time of abduction, in what way Ravan played the role? Ravan asked Sita, like this, Ravan said to Sita, give me arms. Dear students, you already know that this sentence, the reported speech which is told by someone, here Ravana is telling to Sita. So, it is a reporting verb and this one is a reported speech. Whatever Ravana said, that is the reported speech. Dear students, you know that there are, we have learned 5 types of sentences. 5 types of sentences. Assertive sentence, imperative sentence, interrogative sentence, exclamatory sentence, and optative sentences. You can easily recognize that this sentence is imperative. We know that any imperative sentence starts with verb. Give is here verb, and the sentence is starting with verb. So it is an imperative sentence. In imperative sentence, we have certain rules, and that is that said to is transferred either in order, advice, and request. Here we know that as he is demanding alms, it means that Ravan is requesting Sita. So we can say that Ravan requested Sita. Ravan requested Sita. Now in place of inverted comma, in common sentences we use that. In assertive sentence we use that, but in imperative sentence we use to. In place of inverted comma, to has come, and then to give, and me is standing for Ravan. If you derive the meaning, you can understand that me has been used for Ravan. Ravan said to Sita, give me alms. To whom to give alms? It means that Ravan. So to me is standing for Ravan. Ravan is not present here. So in objective case, because me has come after verb, so it is object. It is in objective case and it will be transferred to him because Ravan is not present here. Sita came with alms and wanted to give 2 alms within the circle which was drawn by Lakshman. But Ravan knew when he touched the circle, then the fire came out. So he realized some danger and he did not cross. He continuously requested Sita that he could not take alms within the circle, and she had to came out. She had to come out from the circle. No sooner did Sita came out from the circle than he abducted her and kept on his Puspak Biman and flew too. In the way, he made Ravan meet with Jatayu, and Jatayu asked. Jatayu said to Ravan, where are you taking Goddess Sita? Now, dear students, you see that this is not imperative sentence. It is not starting with reporting. Verb is this. This is reported speech, and reported speech is not imperative sentence. It is an interrogative sentence. It is asking a question. Jatayu is asking a question to Ravan, where are you taking Sita? This is an interrogative sentence, and in interrogative sentence we have 2 divisions. A question which can be answered in yes and no, and another question which cannot be answered in yes and no. Can you find, can this question be answered in yes and no? No, it cannot be, because it is not starting with a helping verb. Before this there is interrogative word. So this question cannot be answered in yes and no. In interrogative sentence, this said to is changed into asked. So here it will be Jatayu asked Sita. And now in place of interrogative inverted comma, as it is not to be answered in yes and no, in place of inverted comma, nothing will be used. we will have to bring this where directly after this. Where, and now this interrogative sentence will be changed into assertive sentence. And after that, we know that in affirmative sentence, this subject comes first and helping verb goes later. So here the subject is you. Now dear students, you will have to judge that for whom you has been used. It is quite clear that you has been used for Ravan. Jatayu said to Ravan, where are you taking Sita? तुम सीता को कहाँ ले जा रहे हो? जटायु ने पूछा। तुम किसे कहा जा रहा है? रावण को। तुम कहाँ ले जा रहे हो? Where are you taking? So you has come for Ravan. The where for Ravan? Ravan is not present here. So we will have to use here in place of Ravan he. Where he, as he is not present here. Where he. And now you say are taking, can you tell? Rohan, can you tell which tense is it? Sir, it is present continuous. Very good. It is present continuous. And present continuous will be changed into past continuous. Why? Because reporting verb is in past. As it is in past, it will also be changed into past. And the related tense of present continuous is a past continuous. As here is he, then he takes was in past continuous. Where he was taking Sita. And as it is now affirmative sentence, because subject has come first and was has come after the subject, so it is assertive sentence. So here full stop should be used in place of interrogative sentence. Now come to another interrogative sentence which can be answered into yes and no. Later, Jatayu was killed and Sita was taken to Lanka and she was kept. Sumit, can you tell? Was kept. Which tense is it? So it is a past indefinite passive. Was kept. Rakhi gayi. Where was Sita kept? She was kept under a huge tree. And a number of monstresses were kept there to guard her. One of the monsters said to Sita, do you feel hungry? We see here that this is also an interrogative sentence. This interrogative sentence can be answered. Anu, can you tell? Can be answered. Can be answered. Can be played. I have given you structures. Here it is can be answered. Which tense is it and what is the meaning of this? Sir, can be answered means उत्तर दिया जा सकता है. Very good. Can be answered. question can be answered in yes and no. Do you feel? क्या तुम महसूस करते हो? Yes. Do you go? No. Do you read? Yes. So such sentences which starts with a helping verb, it can be answered in yes and no. Here the sentence is starting with interrogative. This interrogative sentence is starting with a helping verb. So this can be answered in yes and no. Do you feel hungry? Yes, I feel hungry. But that was not the statement of Sita. One of the monstresses said to Sita. बहुत सारे राक्षसों में से एक ने सीता से पूछा, Do you feel hungry? Now, this is an interrogative sentence, number one. Number two, it can be answered in yes and no. And it can be answered in yes and no. In place of inverted comma here, we should use if. And then it will be one of the monsters, I am writing in short, asked. Because in interrogative sentence we use asked in place of said to. So one of the monsters asked if. Now subject is here you, and for whom you has come. We clearly know that you has been used for Sita. You has been used, इस्तेमाल किया गया है, has been played, खेला गया है, has been used, इस्तेमाल किया गया है, has been used for Sita. And Sita is not here. Sita is away from this classroom. So you will be converted, it will be changed into she. If she. And we know that relative tense, now the tense is present indefinite. In present indefinite, do and does come. It is present indefinite. Present in a relative past, present indefinite will be past indefinite. The if she felt, hungry. And now in place of marks of interrogation, we should use full stop because it is assertive sentence. Subject has come first and after that the verb has come. Present indefinite has been changed into past indefinite. So, dear students, today we have learned how to transfer assertive sentence, imperative sentence and two interrogative sentences. I hope that you might have understood the transformation from direct into indirect. Thank you. I hope that you will certainly send some articles, at least one article in 3 days, and Jha will check that when your notebook will come. At present I shall go through those and will comment on that, but later when the school will reopen, then I shall check them. Thank you. Lanka, and she was kept. Sumit, can you tell? Was kept. Which tense is it? So, it is a past indefinite passive. was kept, रखी गई. Where was Sita kept? She was kept under a huge tree, and a number of monstresses were kept there to guard her. One of the monsters said to Sita, "Do you feel hungry?" We see here that this is also an interrogative sentence. This interrogative sentence can be answered. Anu, can you tell? Can be answered. Can be answered. Can be played. I have given you structures. Here it is can be answered. Which tense is it and what is the meaning of this? Sir, can be answered means उत्तर दिया जा सकता है. Very good. Can be answered. This question can be answered in yes and no. Do you feel? क्या तुम महसूस करते हो? Yes. Do you go? No. Do you read? Yes. So such sentences which starts with a helping verb it can be answered in yes and no. Here the sentence is starting with interrogative. This interrogative sentence is starting with a helping verb. So this can be answered in yes and no. Do you feel hungry? Yes, I feel hungry. But that was not the statement of Sita. One of the monstresses said to Sita. बहुत सारे राक्षसों में से एक ने सीता से पूछा, Do you feel hungry? Now, this is an interrogative sentence, number 1. Number 2, it can be answered in yes and no. And it can be answered in yes and no. In place of inverted comma here, we should use if. And then it will be one of the monsters. I am writing in short, asked. Because in interrogative sentence we use asked in place of said to. So one of the monsters asked if. Now subject is here you, and for whom you has come. We clearly know that you has been used for Sita. You has been used, इस्तेमाल किया गया है, has been played, खेला गया है, has been used, इस्तेमाल किया गया है, has been used for Sita, and Sita is not here. Sita is away from this classroom. So you will be converted, it will be changed into she. If she. And we know that relative tense, now the tense is present indefinite. In present indefinite, do and does come. It is present indefinite. Present in a relative past, present indefinite will be past indefinite. The if she felt hungry. And now Now, in place of marks of interrogation, we should use full stop because it is assertive sentence. Subject has come first and after that the verb has come. Present indefinite has been changed into past indefinite. So, dear students, today we have learned how to transfer assertive sentence, imperative sentence and two interrogative sentences. I hope that you might have understood the transformation from direct into indirect. Thank you. I hope that you will certainly send some articles, at least one article in 3 days, and Jha will check that when your notebook will come. At present I shall go through those and will comment on that, but later when the school will reopen, then I shall check them. Thank you.